my channel. I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, any kind of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. Happy Wednesday. I've posted videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today's video is going to be Broken Hero recommendations, because I have read like 2 new books with broken heroes, and I thought now would be a good time to do a recommendation video. First, we have Joey from the Boys of Tillman series, from Saving 6 and Redeeming 6. If you don't know what the Boys of Tillman series is about, it's about this friend group who go to the Tillman University or Tillman College, no, Tillman High School, and they play rugby. And it revolves around the Lynch family and the Lynch household. The first 2 books are about Shannon and Johnny. And in the Lynch household, the father is physically and verbally abusive towards them. And the mother cannot do anything about it. Like, she tapped out. She's conditioned to go along with the father's choices. Saving and Redeeming 6 is about Joey's story. And Joey is very broken because of what's happening in his household. He is not the oldest of the Lynch siblings. He's the second oldest. But his brother abandoned him to fend for themselves and his younger siblings. And Joey has never gotten over that. Joey has a drug abuse problem, a drinking problem to cope, both verbally and physically, that's going on in his household. He uses drugs to cope because he doesn't know any other way, even though he hates that he's using drugs to cope with the situation, because his father is an alcoholic. And even though he hates the fact that he needs drugs to cope, he doesn't have any other way. And there's this moment in the books where Joey has this moment of contemplation of suicide, because he just cannot take it anymore. He does his best to protect his siblings from his father's wrath, even if it means him taking most of the abuse himself. There is just a point in the book where he just cannot take it. He's contemplating what will happen if it all just stops. But thankfully, a person from the friend group saves him from that situation. And Joey is just very broken. I just want to wrap him up in bubble wrap. The weight he carries of being the oldest of his siblings that are left, of being abandoned by his older sibling Darren, him trying to pick up the mantle of being the protector from his siblings, him growing up way too fast when he doesn't need to, but he had to, because nobody would protect his siblings otherwise. oh, he's just so broken. And to see Joey coming out of the other side of the journey to being okay after all the turmoil he faced in his duet. Oh, it's nothing like I've ever experienced. Joey will forever be one of my favorite broken heroes. He just has a special place in my heart. Will and Wayland from the Lost Boys series by Jesse Walker. And Will, something very tragic happened to Will during college. Something unspeakable. So he drops out of college and he goes driving around town on his motorcycle because he just wants everything to go away. He cannot cope with the situation he went through. He ends up driving to his old childhood hometown. And he meets Mason, one of his childhood best friends. And Mason offers him a job at his garage. And because of that, Will meets his other childhood best friend, Waylon. And Will and Waylon used to be like the best of friends, used to be tight. But something happens in like middle school that causes their relationship to be tattered, like not salvageable, not repairable. And after that incident, Will's parents move him out of town. They leave, and he never sees Waylon again until he sees him in the garage. And Will and Waylon just keep getting pulled in each other's orbits. Will is very broken. He has stuff going on mentally, but Waylon is equally broken, even more so. And even though they are wrong for each other, they can't stay away from each other. They develop this push and pull relationship where they get close, but then Waylon pushes Will away, and it's a cycle that goes around and around. And that's the first part of where there's a will. The second part is if there's a way. And it follows the event of where there's a will, but you see them, Will and Way, you see them get their AGA. And oh my god, the angst. I've said this before. The Lost Boys series by Jesse Walker is the most angsty romance series I have ever read in my life, and this series is way underrated. Like, I want my friends to read this series, like more of my friends. Like, McKay has only read the first book in the series, but I'm telling you, you need to read Way and Will's second book because their HA is worth the tears. I want, like, Tiffany to read this book. I want Samantha to read this book. I want Tori and Jess to read this book. This book, I guarantee, will make you feel all the emotions. Made me feel emotions like the Boys of Tillman series, but except it's queer, and instead of football, it's music. Oh my god. I just need more people to read this series, like Tori, Jess, Tiffany, and Samantha, just anyone in general. After Every Breath, which is Mason and Jeremy's story, we meet Mason and Jeremy in Will and Way's duet. Through that duet, we learn Mason's girlfriend has gone missing, and Jeremy is his girlfriend's twin brother. After Every Breath is the first part in their duet. Jeremy has always been in love with Mason, but Mason has always been in love with his twin sister. You can see throughout the past that Jeremy is the one who befriended Mason first and all. Jeremy is just so broken, and after Every Breath follows their journey from the beginning, like it spans through childhood from the time they are 6 years old to 23. It covers when his sister Izzy goes missing all the way to present day, and their story is just as heartbreaking as Will and Way's story. I just can't explain it, you just have to read it. They are just so broken. But I loved it. And I tell you, no one writes angst like Jesse Walker. Please pick up the series. The series is criminally underrated. Anson from Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Kells. I read an ALC of this book. Rhodes, the heroine, who is the only survivor after her family home got burned down. Her mom, dad, and sister all died in the fire, and she is the only one that survived. So at 12 years old, she gets adopted into her best friend's family. And years later, Rhodes is an adult and she wants to restore her family home. And Anson is her brother's best friend and part of the construction crew that his brother has. And he has also had a tragic past. He has closed himself off to everyone to avoid connecting with other people because he doesn't want to repeat the same tragedy that happened in his past. But Rhodes is very persistent. She wants to befriend Anson, and Anson can't help but admire Rhodes' tenacity. Even though something tragic happened to her, she doesn't let the tragedy stop her from experiencing the good. Stop her from experiencing the good in life. The last broken boy, but certainly not the least on my list, is Bran from God of Fury. Bran is very by the book type of guy. He likes certain things in order. He always wears polo shirts. He always has a routine. And he catches the interest of Nikolai. And it's through that interaction that Bran's whole world is turned upside down. Like, Bran tries to hide his broken pieces, but Nikolai can see, like, the tortured boy crying out for release. Nikolai can see through Bran's facade that he tries to put out into the world, that he's okay. But in reality, he's not, and Nikolai sees that, and their relationship is just so beautiful. I loved it. The way Nikolai makes it okay for Bran just to be himself, to allow Bran to feel loved, to let love in. Oh, which is so great. Those are my favorite Broken Boy heroes: Joey, Will and Way, Mason and Jeremy, Anson and Bran. I love these heroes so much. Those are my recommendations for Broken Boy heroes. Please let me know down in the comments below who are your favorite Broken Boy heroes. I would love to know. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you Friday. Bye.